avalanche.
Downhill death race for MacGyver.
Come on, MacGyver, beat it.
Monday.
The following program is an official presentation from Plastic Battles.
20 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready.
Stand by in videotape.
Ready.
Stand by slow-mo.
Ready.
Stand by to open your mics on the field.
Ready.
Stand by in graphic. Ready with your opening super.
Ready.
Stand by the announcers in the booth, please. And roll tape.
Roll it.
3, 2, 1. Take tape.
Hey, welcome back to Monday Night Shootout. Got to be careful I don't say Thursday Night Battles. How's everybody doing? I see we got a few people in the chat. What's up? Roper's here. What's up, buddy? Wreck Ship's here. Hey, Wreck Ship. Hold on. 1 sec. Got your package. So I'll be shipping that out tomorrow. Prime Artist, what's up? Greg Shaw. Hey, Torah Nerd, what's up, man? Try Hard Tim. Danger Room's here. Hey, Lobo's here too. What's up, guys? All right, let's get to it. I'm going to add to the stage. Let's see, who should I do first? We'll do my man Mate. What's up, Mate?
Yo, Joe, what's happening?
How's it going, man?
Doing good. How are you, Paul?
Doing good. Like we didn't just talk for a half hour in the back. All right, and then I'm also going to add another co-host, the one, the only, Joe's Oscar Mike, Miss Fang's booking agent.
Cheers, everybody. Welcome.
All right, look, he's got stuff printing in the background. Do not let him show you what he's printing, because you will feel inadequate and you will quit the hobby. Because I think after this, I'm just going to hang him up. All right, and we got our special guest for today. Our special guest, none other than G.I. Joe 85, aka his real name is Justin, if anybody doesn't know. And there he is. What's up, buddy?
Welcome,
What's
brother.
up, guys?
What's up?
Appreciate having me on. Appreciate having me on. It's an honor for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, this is like a circle of trust we have going here. Maybe we could get. I was toying with adding a second guest for today, but I think 4 is a good amount. Maybe in the future we'll get crazy and add a 5th, but I think 4 is pretty good. It works good on the screen. We have the lockup of 4, so
It's balanced.
yes, there's balance. There's definitely balance going on here. All right, so if you guys don't know Justin, let's look at some of his work, shall we? All right, let me add to the stage.
Get ready.
Screen. All right. So he's got a couple of Instagram accounts, but we'll start with the traditional G.I. Joe account, which he's been running for quite some time. Hey, when did you start doing this, Justin?
Oh man, 2018, 2019.
That seems right. Yeah, it seems like forever ago, though. Pre-pandemic feels like in the ancient times, the old
For
times.
For sure.
The before
old
time.
days. The before, that's what I was looking for. I was just going to keep going until Mate saved me. I was going to keep putting in words. The before time. Yeah. So awesome shots, man. You live in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah, Oregon.
Yeah. So almost all of your shots are outside in these great settings.
Yeah,
That
I'm
the rest of us
blessed to
cannot.
live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's insane.
where I go shoot, it's like 20-minute drive from my house. Like it'd be faster if it wasn't all back roads, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a plethora. Like I've got everything, almost everything I could want up there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, look,
Any wildlife you have to worry about?
There's bear and cat up there. I haven't seen them, but I've seen scat and tracks. Um, Seen coyote a handful of times, deer, elk. Saw elk. That was pretty cool. I knew there was a small herd up there. I'd seen droppings, but I'd never seen them. But saw them a couple weeks back. That spot's amazing. That place is
Hmm.
like an hour and a half, hour 45 away. Um, but that's like an old mill or something that burnt down, and it's just it's a toy photographer's dream. Like that place is so
uh,
cool, and it works phenomenal for like my acid rain figures.
Yeah, faking the scale here works great. Like this
Yeah.
perspective just works. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like those sparks you got for the bullets. That reminds me of one I did a long time ago, long time ago, with
Yeah,
some Vipers.
that was an afterthought, but threw it in.
I like it. Yeah, these are great, man. I love outdoor shots.
Appreciate that.
I feel like, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but if you go back to, I think I started doing this in 2015 or 2016, and at the time it was like mostly stormtroopers outside. You know what I mean? And then fireworks came into it and stuff, and you saw
Hmm.
other figures too, but it was mostly that. And I was doing O-rings obviously when I started, and it was almost entirely outside, and almost everybody's was outside, and then everybody kind of went inside and started getting like RGB lights and diodes and stuff for the inside. And now I feel like it flipped where most of the shots you see are indoors and very few are like outdoors. But the outdoors,
Yeah.
you can't really fake that. Like this kind of lighting, this dramatic, harsh lighting is great. Where it's like I don't know what time. I'm going to say this is like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
Oh,
and
that was morning.
morning. Okay, maybe it's
Yeah.
flipped. I'm looking at it the other way, but you know what I mean. Like the sun's overhead, so you get these
Hmm.
shadows casting down, and there's no bounce on the other side because like we said, like who's holding the reflector? Like if this is like
For me,
combat
it's a stick a
photography,
lot of the
yeah,
time.
it's yeah, right. Yeah, so like yeah, this is great. What do you guys think about Justin's work?
I love the
I
locations. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, after you.
The first thing is just the locations that you choose are just amazing, and it complements the image. It's not just you're not just shooting in a cool location, but you're working it into your photography.
Appreciate
And
that.
and that's what I think makes it work. Like that shot right there with Cobra Commander, and this one right here. You're finding the location, and I don't know. You have like every biome like within an hour of you, so I'm a little
Yeah.
jealous of that.
Yeah, we got mountains, we got beaches, we got forest, like desert, like we got it all. It's a blessing to live here for sure.
Yeah, good storytelling on this one too. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I could figure out exactly what happened just by looking at the photo. Yeah, these are
I
great.
try. I try.
White Vegeta's here.
Oh, White Vegeta. That's my dude
Hey,
right there.
Ah,
Just gonna roll through these little comments. Yeah, great. All right, let's look at a couple more and then we'll flip to his other account because he's got two. Is there anyone you want me to show, Justin, specifically inside
Um,
here?
oh, I mean, not that I can think of off the top of my
Alright.
oh, you
head.
got to show that Rattler picture.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
oh wow.
That thing was so hard to shoot with.
Yeah.
The scale,
This
right?
reminds me of I forget which Marvel comic cover it was where they introduced the Rattler was coming down on the Mobat, but yeah, it reminds me of that same angle.
Yeah.
So the reason in the second slide, um, the plane's on fire, like I had to kind of change it up because like that thing's so massive and I don't have like a cherry picker, like to bring out in the woods and hold this
Yeah.
thing in place. Buddy of mine was holding it and like he was trying his hardest like to just like one arm it, and like I couldn't erase the arm completely. Like it kept distorting. So I was like, fuck it, Rattler's hit. Gonna have
Yeah.
some smoke and explosions here.
Well, it's
Oh.
out focus enough.
That's
Looks
great.
great.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, guys.
You could have just thrown it up in the air and caught it.
I've done that with O-ring vehicles.
Yes,
I did that
I know.
with the Conquest and the Night Raven.
Dude,
That
your
was a fun
This
posing,
one.
one's yeah.
your posing is just out of this world. Like every figure has weight that betrays the size. Like it doesn't look like it should be a 6-inch figure. Like they feel like real people. Yeah, it's just masterful, dude.
Appreciate that.
How'd you do the red light here?
So that is from an app. I found that's how I do my muzzle flashes, and I found it because I was looking for something to do lightsabers. But yeah, it's got like different like lighting effects. But I
Did
took
you,
one of my small rig lights and put it on the tripod and put it off to the side. This is actually like a planter pot, like one of those plastic planter pots with the
yeah.
end comes
Nice.
out.
Yeah.
And I just set it in a stream out in the woods and had my tripod in the front of it, and it took a hot minute to get it to look how I somewhat envisioned it, because like it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but it buffed out.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
and you do all your shots with your phone, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. This is like proof that you don't need like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera to do awesome photography. You can just use your phone.
Like,
use what you got.
A legit camera setup. Like I had a camera and everything, but it rains so much here in Oregon, and like I'm already carrying a backpack full of toys and knee pads and light reflectors and atmosphere aerosol and crackling balls. Like I've got enough stuff to lug around, and like with the amount of rain we get here, like there's 9 months out of the year, like I'm not gonna be able to take that thing out without risk damaging it. So I ended up selling it and just running the phone.
Maple flavor. There's a lot of Canadians here. This is great. I'm from Buffalo originally, so I'm an honorary Canadian.
Close enough.
Close enough. We're pretty much Canadian.
That shot actually kind of bugs me.
Oh wait, which one? The Cobra Commander one?
Yeah. So that his tank over to the right, you see how the guns are kind of cockeyed?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rookie mistake. I didn't notice it until I got home, and I was just
What do you mean? The one's higher than the other?
Yeah.
It's new technology. They're supposed to articulate independently.
Yeah, they articulate independently. It could be on purpose.
It's the chameleon upgrade,
I don't
exactly.
I wouldn't think about that at all, because I would say they wouldn't be perfectly aligned at all times anyway. So maybe he's covering two things at once. Yeah. All right, real quick. All right, let's jump into his other account just so we cover it. And this is your Photographic Nerd 32 account, where you do acid rain stuff.
And it started out as Star Wars, but it's now transitioned.
Star Wars anymore? Come on.
Now this is a smaller figure, right, Justin?
Yeah, 1/18 scale.
I'll tell you what, the when you post, I have to look at the caption, because just how you photograph it, I can't tell the difference. How you pose them, and your scale relative to all the other objects in the shot. You don't have a maple leaf that's like 4,000 times his size. In the background. So
there's a very talented artist named Plastic Battles on here, and when I was first starting out,
heard of him.
One of the things he told me is pull leaves and shit out of your shots. He goes, it shows scale and it will make it look like a toy. And he goes, and also get a low angle so it looks like you're like eye level with it. And I still to this day, like I will sit there and pick out leaves and sticks and pine needles and clear out the area before I set up and shoot.
While cursing Plastic Battles.
No,
I'm going to qualify that guy. That guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But second of all, if you want giant leaves in there for the effect of making it look like a toy, then leave them in. There's no right or wrong way. I'm just like, if you want to create more of an illusion that it's in scale, then removing giant like maple leaves is probably a good idea. Tour Nerd, WGTV, Irv Weinstein, Western New York legend. That's funny. I've got some like the opening to this to this, like on the opening to Monday Night Shootout at the very beginning, where it says like something's happening here, and it's like that music. That's a complete homage to WETV 29 intro from the early 80s. So if you're familiar with that, that's what that's from. All right, hold up. Let's look at a couple more of these, and then we got to get into the shots. Let's look at some dinos. These dinosaurs are insane, by the way.
Yeah,
They're so good.
Yeah, and especially for this setting, your the areas you shoot,
Yeah.
the dinos just look like they're made for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it works well.
And now I got to ask, do you add anything to the shot, or like that one with the sunset I just spotted down there?
Oh, here, let me find
on
it.
the lower left.
Yeah.
Do you hit it with any kind of mist spray or anything like that, or is this like
atmosphere aerosol?
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, that's good. These
That's
are
just
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
There's one in here I remember that was like one of my faves. Oh, wait, this might be it. It was in a stream. Yeah, this might be it. Yeah, I don't know. I just love the shots with the water and the greenery, and then the dinosaur. It's like straight out of Jurassic Park or something. Oh,
yeah,
straight out of Jurassic Park. I could say I was saving one of these like videos for something specific, but I'll just use it.
Tie it to that thing there, and then pull down this thing here, and then pull it back up.
That's
Justin's figures falling when he's setting them up.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
That was for Skydro. Skydro's here.
Happened.
Yeah,
Skydro's here.
Skydro's here. That video's for
Right
him
on.
because that I'm supposed to use that every time we talk about a winch.
If he had another winch, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Right. I know. We need a double winch situation. Okay. All right. Good work, man. Anybody who doesn't follow Justin, do so at GI _ 80 Joe _ 85. This account. So write it down. It'll be in the notes. Although I didn't put this one in the notes. I'll edit it later. And I'll put this one in the notes too.
Real quick, fun story. One of the head designers from Creative Beast Studios, like pretty much all the dinosaurs I shoot, his name's Ross Persichetti. He did the dinosaur from Rockclaw. He did the warthog. He did the polar bear. He did the iguana. He did the scorpion. So he's been doing work for Hasbro, which is kind of cool.
That's
he
cool.
He actually designed that entire one, like sculpted and everything.
This guy?
Yeah, the
That's
Deinonychus.
Cool. I feel like we're gonna get one of these in.
I like the wings and the feathers on that particular one. That's from that studio. This particular one.
Creative Beast Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do this guy, the G.I. Joe one, like repaint him and give him like a winged tail and winged arms, but use the rest of him. I feel like that's probably coming at some point.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, let's check the comments here. Great dino shots.
That T-Rex right in the middle,
that,
man. Yeah, that thing is awesome.
I'm not posting Skydro's comment because it's against the rules. he's first strike for the night on Skydro. Justin's dino
I
work
should probably
is
wash
great
my
as
mouth
well.
then. Many thanks. Appreciate that.
He always avoids flooding the dino so texture on the skin shows up and sells the scale. Yeah, good call. Good call,
Yeah.
Greg. All right, guys. Let's get into it. We're gonna pick up where we left off last time. This is a figure wood shot.
That's a good one.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Mate, why don't you start off?
It's fantastic action. I mean, you feel like there's something coming in from above. It's chaos. You feel the tension. I love the scream on Duke using what is that, Mezco Duke? Yeah, it's a great setup.
Yeah,
the debris is pretty cool flying through there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, he killed
Yeah.
it with like the debris like spraying out. Like, yeah, it's
And I like the flare coming in from the upper right there, kind of motivating the edge lighting on all the guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a little behind the scenes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Oh, I got to get one of those.
yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Mine Mine broke though, so I need to get a new one. Like it doesn't hold it anymore, so I can't fire it.
Huh.
Like something happened with the trigger.
And you guys have a remote shutter too? Is that how you capture like a multi-blast of photos?
Me personally, yeah, I have a remote shutter. I also have a timer, so sometimes I'll just put it on the timer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
The remote is how fast I can hit the mouse on the laptop that controls the camera.
Okay.
You know, hold on. I'm gonna post this. This is man, these comments are jumping all over the place. This is strike 2 for Skydro already. He's up to strike 2. We're only a few minutes in. Links are in the description. So so just go to the description. All right, cool. Yeah, this is any critique of this at all? I like the flare. Maybe it's a little hot on some parts, you know. But that would be for me. Like if it was for me, I might try to bring down some of the highlights, but that would be my only nitpick. Other than I'm not a fan of Mezco Duke. But
go back to the behind the scenes real quick. It just registered in my brain. He has a mirror set up to get the sky.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So to avoid anything that's behind that image, he's reflecting the sky as it's back. That's pretty brilliant, actually.
Yeah,
it's good point.
That's true.
Yeah, I've done it as well. You just need a clear path to the sky. So if you're shooting under a tree or something, you're just going to reflect the tree branches.
Right.
So you need a clear path. But yeah, it's a great way to get anything out of the background.
Oh yeah, right. Like the neighbors' houses and stuff.
What is that thing called? It's like what the hell is it called? It's a block, like a clog blocker for your plumbing. I can't remember
the Master Blaster
the
3000.
The logo is literally on the other side, so you can't see it.
He didn't want to have to pay for advertising.
I think Skydro
right?
just hit strike number 3.
Oh no, did he? After you, oh god, yeah, got banned. Can I just time someone out? Oh, let's see. Put user in timeout. I could do it. I could put him in timeout. I literally could do it right now. I don't know what happened though. What if I can't get him out of timeout? It'd be funny if there was like a countdown. Like their name went up to the top right corner of the screen, and there was a countdown for how like they're in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
That'd be fantastic.
2 minute suspension.
A moderator could. Okay, he's really pushing. He's pushing it today. All right. Any last comments on this one before we move on?
Nah, I think
I like the little bricks
Yeah.
he's got down here too.
The action on this, like the intensity, there's like it just feels like it's capturing a moment as opposed to like setting up figures and snapping a photo, you know?
Right.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's move on. I think this is the right direction. Yeah. Oh my God. Another figure wood photo. Now, again, guys, I've talked to the hosts about this. Until we get to a point where we've got so many photos that this, we'll have to limit photos from people. I'm not going to do that yet. But, in the future, if we've got to get through a lot of photos and we have like 10 from a person, then we'll have to skip a bunch. But we're not at that point yet. So, all right. So what do you guys think about this one?
I like the perspective on it a lot.
Yeah, he's got this flare thing going on, which is pretty cool over here too.
Mm-hmm.
And and the depth, and
Yeah.
The one thing with showing depth is
that's crazy.
Increasing the depth by putting a couple of layers of atmosphere between, so that things in the foreground have a little bit more higher contrast than what's in the background. They're a little bit more washed out. So it enhances and kind of amplifies the miniatureness of it, or it takes away from the miniatureness of it. That's a technical term.
Yeah. Right. Let me get these stupid things out of here. There we go. All right. So yeah, this is great. The depth is, like you pointed out, You got foreground, middle ground, background, further background, even further.
Mhm.
So there's a really nice depth. Justin, what do you think?
I mean, I'm a fan. Like Figurewood kills it, and I, I hate to admit it, but I didn't scroll through to look at his behind the scenes to see like how much he had set up. Like, I mean, obviously, like there's depth in the picture, with the figures back there, but like I didn't realize like how much he had like spaced out.
Yeah, I know. The behind the scenes is crazy. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. We're gonna go through whatever we got, and I have no problems going through multiples from people. Like I said, for now we're good. This is all new.
This is
This is
a great.
crazy. You
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I
you're
was
up.
just saying, like, this is what I was talking about on the last show about the kinetic sand, where you just kind of strategically place it in different spots to create that illusion of a desert. So this is like exactly what I was referring to. How he has it kind of all placed in strategic places.
Yeah, and it well executed. Like this is out of
Yeah.
my realm. I'm not an indoor photographer. Like this this is all new to me. Like
Yeah, this is crazy. Like you would never think, looking at this, like
right, there's
you
just a couple
take
little
this
piles.
and then look at this. It's crazy. That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
but this is a great example of setting up your shot in camera, right? If you're setting up your shot in camera, you don't need to necessarily build an entire setting. You just have to build what you're going to see inside the frame.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you alter your angle, your frame, you may have to move some stuff around, but you don't need to fill this whole desk full of sand to get the shot. It's like overkill. So, and the kinetic sand works really well here. That's what it's called, right? Kinetic sand.
That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good here. So, yeah, this is great. This is great.
Good job.
This is something that I don't do enough, but I do on my site. But putting the settings down in case someone learning wants to know what settings you use. Just it all depends on your light sources and stuff that's going to affect your settings. But yeah, this is great. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Oh, I clicked too many times, but that's fine. Go back into here. Figurewood again.
Oh, this is cool. I like
Yeah.
this one.
Love that spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is insane. The glare off the axe is cool, and this one too.
And just the edge lighting on all these characters, popping them out of the background.
Mhm. Yeah. They're poor Mercer. I don't know if he's gonna make it out of here.
Oh man.
Oh, he's getting smoked, dog.
He's like mid swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got great posing. On the front too. The back two the back people are out of focus. I'm sure the posing's fine there, but the ones in focus are just such greatly posed figures for this shot. Nice blocking
Definitely.
too. You didn't cut off too much a monkey wrench to see kind of his stride, so the blocking's really nice.
I like how he kind of used Mercer's hand to block that he only used like one of the joints on the knee.
Yeah.
Because like that's something that bugs me personally is like when people like have a prone position or something, they've only got like one of the knee joints because it makes the leg look wonky to me.
What is that?
And like
What
obviously
part of
with
it?
this like when they're doing like a prone position, like a crouch shooting position or something, and they only have like one of the knee joints, they're only like bent at one of the joints.
Okay.
And yeah, obviously like this pose, like you can't do both the knee joints and get that position, but I like how he used that hand to like kind of block the leg so it didn't make the thigh look extra long.
Yeah, it's a tough call sometimes when you're doing the kneeling poses or whatever. Like, is the upper leg longer? Is the lower? Like, you got to make a concession there.
Kind of like when you're doing something like this, where you're keeping the knee straight.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point by Mr. Roper here about the light inside of the cinder block. It's nicely highlights the shape.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's good job. Good job there. I like the highlights even on Zorana's weapon too, just so you get the idea of the weapons there. Otherwise, that would just fade into the blackness back there.
Right.
You wouldn't even see it, so this is
No,
great.
that spotlight makes a huge difference on this photo. Like it.
Do you think Mercer made it out of here alive? I don't know. I'm a little concerned.
No more Monday night or Mercer Mondays. He's gone.
No more Monday Night
Monday
Mercer.
Night Mercer.
Oh, man, the poor guy. If he was only 3 inches taller, he would have made it.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Good job, Figurewood. Always bringing the heat, as they say. Okay, this one is from 80s pop culture.
Great
Big
colors.
Yeah. I noticed something right away. I want to see if you guys catch it.
I got a vibe from this and see if anyone else feels it too. It's kind of like 4th of July or Canada Day. Like I feel like fireworks or something. It doesn't feel like a fight or firefighter. I don't know. Is anyone picking up on that?
Yeah, it's very colorful. And Paul, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's some cloning going on down here with the tires. So you don't get the tires cut off a bunch of times. So I'm not sure if you stitched the photo together or what happened there.
Right.
So gotta watch out for that when you're, I don't know, whatever app you're using to stitch it together. So that's the only negative. Everything looks great. The colors are like fantastic.
It's almost like a bonfire or something going on, but yeah, just that wraparound lighting where you got your key, your fill, and then that edge lighting in the back, popping them from the background.
Mr. Ryan Clark needs a hoop. Damn, you know what? This would be a perfect time for the Young Guns clip that I didn't upload that says, "If you leave now, Chavez, you're breaking our sacred hoop." But I didn't upload it. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably, Ryan, there's probably some 3D printed hoops and stuff on Etsy or something, But yeah, I like the Dutch angle here too, even though there's not a lot happening, but sometimes in shots where it's just kind of like a pose shot, giving it a little bit of an angle makes it more interesting, and being that this is a super tall figure,
right,
going corner to corner with him gives him a little more headroom,
Yeah.
So yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it was a good play.
Nice depth of field too to make him the focus, right? Everything else bleeds into the background, but you're still aware that there's an off striker behind here. I would just be wary of all these little edits just so that you don't miss those, So right, cool. All right, good job, 80s pop culture. Anybody else got anything on this before I move on?
No.
Oh yeah, the starting lineup hoops. Yeah, did they make hoops for those? I didn't even know what they did, but yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, starting lineup hoop that I haven't used yet. Okay, so they're out there.
They're out there.
Yeah, they moved G.I. Joe to the B and C factories in order to move starting lineup to the A factories. That was the wave that we got. Marauders Barbecue, Outback, CoverGirl, and Crimson Bat. And there was some like kind of weird issues with some of them. CoverGirl's torso's backwards. The Crimson Bat just falls apart if you look at it. So like that kind of stuff is all. Yeah, it's all because of the starting lineup. So, but still, big thanks to Hasbro for getting their priorities right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I mean, the starting line did really well. It never made it to Ollie's. They all sold really well. It was a good decision.
Yeah, those NFTs. Yeah, make sure you get the NFTs in there. Oh God! All right. Hey, our boy Roper.
Yeah.
Josh is in here.
Mm-hmm. Big fan of this guy.
Oh, he got his at Ollie's. Yeah, the basketball starting lineup.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I heard about that from someone. Okay, so
Dude,
what do you guys think?
One's
This is
cool.
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
this is great.
That heavy
Love
backlight
everything
from
about
the
it.
sun is
that
sweet.
light is deadly.
The posing is all on point. The light is fantastic. I like the grass coming up in the foreground. Like, yeah, he crushed it. Knocked it out of the park on this one.
Yeah, this
I
is
got a
pretty awesome.
question to want to pose to you guys. In a case like this, when someone posts an image, and then they post like the same image, but they use different color correcting or color grades. How do you guys feel about those? Do you feel like it takes away from that original impact that you get from the first photo that you see, or do you enjoy seeing that photographers and put up their content with different types of color grading?
So here's because I'm guilty of this as well. Sometimes like I'll get a shot and like I'll edit it two different ways and I just can't decide which one I like better. So I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna post both of them.
Yeah.
And so I just posted in a slide.
Yeah.
I personally don't feel it takes away from it. More often than not, I like the first one best. And I mean, what I do is like I lead with the one I'm favoring a little more, but yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, just
He's
curious.
just trying to be like you. He's trying to like get some
Chalk
Justin
that up to
vibes
bad
going.
life choices.
Oh no.
No, Ropers has been on a tear lately. This guy, like, if anybody's not following him, like, go check the dude out. Like, he's crushing it.
Like there's nothing off here. He's got it all nailed.
Yeah.
Defender's got it's right on. It's your account, your art,
Yeah.
share what you like.
I was just curious
Absolutely.
how, as an audience, how you guys feel when you see multiple
Machine.
versions. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. No, it's a good question. I personally, I'll qualify if it was me, because I've gotten into those myself where I've color corrected it multiple ways, and I'm like, man, I'm really having a tough time deciding. But I usually just sleep on it, and then like the next day I'll take a look at it, and I'm like, oh, clearly this is the best, and I try to narrow it down to one. I don't want to repeat the same photo personally like 3 times. So I just like I got to pick one. It's as if it was something just like I had one slot. Like pretend I didn't have a carousel. Pretend I only could do one. What's the one? So that's what I do. But that's just me. Cool.
Hey,
all right, good
Michigan.
work, Ropers. Yeah, Ropers has been on a tear for quite a while. This isn't a fluke anymore. Like this isn't like, oh, he's just on a hot streak. It's like a team that goes on a hot streak for 10 games. No, he's just a good team now. He's been doing this for a couple seasons, you know. Greg with a good comment here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even see Footloose. He's pulling the knife from his sheath there.
Yep. I love the pose he's got on the condo, like kind of peeking around the tree, pulling his sidearm out of his holster. Like, it's so good.
It's a great way to imply action in a still photo, right? So you got 3 guys just kind of, kind of staggered standing here. But the fact that Footloose is pulling his knife, Ricardo's pulling his sidearm, and Leatherneck's ready to go just creates this tension, I think.
Yeah.
You know? All right, awesome. Was more about getting the focus on Ricardo. Yeah. Right. So this is the focus is here, and it's a slightly different crop, right? And the first one, the focus is on Footloose. So that's really what's going on here. Yep. Good call. All right, awesome work, man. All right, let's roll on. Whale.David. What do you guys think of this?
I like it.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Nighttime photos are so hard, and this rocks.
Yeah.
Dude, this has got some mood to it, doesn't it? Oh,
yeah.
God, I love
like the face in the background.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And just the cropping of it, too. It's yeah.
This is creepy as hell. Yeah.
There's no helmet, so I mean, what happened? Like, there's a story here, and I want to know more.
Yeah.
I love the orange light coming from inside the room, and then you got the cooler like night blue light from the outside, right? And then you have this nice shadow going on here. I don't know what it's from, but it creates a little bit of depth, like the moonlight's coming through something, casting a bit of a shadow here.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, this face back here is intense. if it was a
Can't
horror
even tell
movie.
what-
It does
Yeah,
feel like a horror
that
movie.
is.
I was gonna say this has like Resident Evil vibes to it. You know, it has
Oh,
that
totally.
it has that just
For sure.
instant look to it.
Yeah, everything about this one is good as well. Like I've got zero critiques on this.
Yeah,
The lighting is fantastic.
and based on that door handle, like
Yeah.
where
he's
are
here.
they?
David Wales here. David, who's in the
Hey.
background of this shot? Can you tell us who's back there? Is it like Zartan or somebody?
Dracula.
I think it's Mindbender.
Oh, I think it's Mate, actually.
Is it? It might be
Photobomb.
great.
No, yeah, I love the
No,
shot.
maybe not Mindbender.
Yeah, the lighting around here is just fantastic. It's great. It does feel like a still. Oh, it's actually Stalker. He says, literally stalking.
Oh, okay.
Law.
Oh,
Nice.
Living up to his name.
Yep. Now we know where he got his name. Yeah, that's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, I don't have a lot of like critique. The framing of this is perfect. I don't mind. Like if you were gonna look for something, somebody could say, "Oh, I cut off the rifle." I don't, but that's not the point. The rifle isn't the point of the shot. So
Yeah,
I'm fine
right.
with it being cropped. Now, if it was like right at the edge of the barrel, that might be a little disconcerting. But I think you've cropped off enough of the barrel to make it okay. And
Yeah.
I love seeing the door handle. It gives me a better idea of what kind of door he's coming out of. So I like seeing that. I don't know. I think it's pretty much a perfect shot.
yeah.
Hey, guys, I got a question. How many joints do you see on this figure?
Zero.
I don't see any
that's
joints.
A good point.
There's no joints. Like, yeah, this is real.
Yeah, that's
Good
great.
point.
All right, he's getting this one. Hold on.
One
Whoa.
Whoa. It's
wonderful, marvelous.
Ah, t'es simply divine, Franco, darling.
Mais naturellement, superbe.
That was great.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a lag going on here. Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, great work, man.
Yeah.
This looks fantastic.
Beautiful shot.
All right, let's roll on. CG7 Cobra. I know he's here, or at least he was earlier.
Oh yeah, this was his Predator battle that he had going on for a little while.
Oh, did he have like a series going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Nice.
Great setup.
Good setup. Beachhead looks concerned.
Beachhead.
would
Like,
say-
what did you
What the heck
do?
is that thing?
Like what? Yeah, exactly. What the F?
The hell did Mindbender come up with now?
Falcon looks unconcerned.
Yeah. That would be my only critique on it is Falcon's just kind of confusing to me, honestly. Like it's a good shot, it's a good setup. Like
Yeah.
I like the hand on the hat, like Beachhead's holding his head. He's like confused as to what the hell they're looking at, but Falcon's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, I think Spirit too. Spirit's looking out there for more, so that's a good, a good pose. He's looking off camera. He's doing the there's something out there, and it ain't no man. You know.
He's about ready to cut
looks
his
great.
chest with the knife. Like he's about it.
It's in character
Yeah.
for him too.
Good point, Tor Nerd. That you cannot make Spirit look like a bad figure. He's like one of the best
He's one of my
classified figures,
faves. Yeah.
hands down. Yeah, fantastic. The Marauders one's really good too. All right, it says Beachhead is wondering how they gonna get him out of there. Falcon is considering how they get him out. So Falcon's calculating in his head. He's like, I'm not worried about it. Recondo and Beachhead are clearly freaking out. Like, calm down, guys. Yeah,
Falcon's like,
CG7
"It's
Cobra
just another
using
Friday."
he's using a backdrop here. I
really?
think I see a little bit of the corner here. So that would be my only critique is hide that guy. The little base.
And reflections too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
glossiness. I get that with even using my monitor. I'll have it like the perfect composition, and then like I'm perfectly reflecting one of my aperture lights, and there's this big glare right on the screen. It's like, now I got to recompose the whole shot or change the lighting, you know. So that always is a giveaway of your lifting the veil of how you're putting your shot together.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. I have to flag
least it's
off
not
a lot
AI.
of.
Yeah.
1,000%. We haven't gotten to an AI. If we get to an AI shot, I apologize for what's going to happen.
I will keep my mouth shut because if I can't say something nice,
I will
But
try
again,
to be
you know,
as democratic as possible.
I think we can all agree that using AI as a implement, like for example, how would you guys feel if that was an AI generated backdrop of the woods? Would that take away from the photo?
in my opinion, yes.
Yeah, it's
No.
tough. If I were
Season 7,
to,
you did a great job.
yeah, I mean, for the reflections,
It's a
though,
solid shot.
Yeah.
I could say glass half full kind of a thing that it looks like mist in the forest. So I could say it kind of looks like some
there you
mist
go.
rolling through.
Yeah.
Mist or smoke. So I could get behind that. But I get it. Yeah, the reflections are tough. I have some cinefoil and some other, or you can even use regular foil. It doesn't really matter. Something that you can mold into a shape and you can flag off the edges of your lights so that they doesn't get onto the backdrop, especially if you're using a screen, because you'll definitely get reflections on a screen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so but like you were saying, Joe's Oscar Mike, if I was to generate, let's say I wanted an Aztec Mayan temple, right? In the background of a shot, and I don't have anything for that. Either I'm gonna have to find a stock photo or I could generate one. And if it's slightly out of focus and I'm displaying it on my television, then that's cool. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
But it gets weird when it's like the whole environment becomes an AI thing. Like everything around it, the lighting. Like for example,
They
if I
just
do it on
put the figure and have the computer do everything else.
yeah,
I think that's
when you run an image, like say for example, and I don't know, like you can do it in Photoshop. You can replace sky in Photoshop. It'll select the background area. You're still making a choice there, so you could still. I'm the one telling it what to do. I'm choosing the image to go into that space. So in that scenario, I could do, because you shot the shot. You literally set up the shot. You lit it. Now you're in Photoshop, which is a digital darkroom basically, and you're editing. It's the same process they would have done 100 years ago with photography, but literally in a darkroom with chemicals. You're doing the same kind of process with Photoshop. So when people say, well, AI is another tool like Photoshop, it is and it isn't. If it's part of the tools inside of Photoshop or something, then it is working in a way that's letting you make the choices and you make the decisions, then yes. If it's as simple as, though, I shoot some figures on my desk and I upload them to Claude or ChatGPT or something, and it will re-render the entire photo. It'll change the lighting, it'll change what they're standing on, it'll change the background. And if you look close enough at like graphics, like patches and Cobra logos is a good tell, and you zoom in, you'll see that, oh, that doesn't look like a Cobra logo. Where do the eyes go? Where do the fangs go? Because it
Right.
re-rendered the entire photo. So how much DNA of your original shot is even left, especially if the lighting has changed? Not much. So what did you do? You did 10, 20% of the final product? Then whose work is it? Yours or artificial intelligence's work? You know, so that's where I have my gripes about it, but that's just my opinion. So, and we know how that goes. Everyone's got opinions. All right. All right, cool. Sublimated cloth aquarium backgrounds work great. That's a good point. There's not a lot of reflective material on that, right? It's pretty matte.
I've never tried it, but like spraying, like say an extreme set or something like this with like a matte finish. I don't know if that would help reduce the glare.
Could. All right. Let's move on. Thanks, CG7 Cobra. Great shot.
Nice
Keep
work.
up the good work. I know we got more from him coming up, so we're gonna go right back into it. So this is like we did a shot similar to this last episode, and that was in the same kind of diorama. It might be similar battle that's going on here.
I'm just just noting the comment there. I'm not sure if you're talking about putting it on here, but that is all through Monday Night Shootout account.
Yeah,
tagging the account.
Right, good call. Yeah, you'd want to go in, edit the post, and then under tag Monday Night Shootout. All right.
Taking the 3-point perspective here, like my eye follows the whole shot right down to the back of the warehouse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're always like huge. Like he always sets up like massive sets. Like everything is just there's like a lot going on. There's a lot of guys, and as you travel around the image, everything is happening all at once. And there's like, he really pays attention to the detail of every figure in these kind of wide shots where we see kind of like the layout of the entire set.
Right, and it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. I like the setup. I like it. Definitely feels like you're in like a loading dock area. You get that vibe right away. Yeah, the only you've got some limitations, but it comes with the territory with the cardboard set pieces. So sometimes you obviously could tell they're cardboard. The dimension might be a little off here. And like the edge of the cardboard here, you could see kind of the cutout, but. And those are all nitpicks. I think this looks fantastic, and it's a great spacious shot where you're seeing a lot going on. Again, a lot's either in focus or close to being in focus, so it gives you more of the cinematic vibe, like a pull out shot in a film. You're seeing most of the scene mostly in focus, So So
and it's not messy. There's a lot going on, but it's not messy.
Yeah.
I think with the composition of the shot, it's missing that one little guy right in the lower left corner hiding behind a box. Like I feel like there's something missing right
here. Yeah. I'd love a guy like kneeled down behind this crate, like right here. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Or you could crop it tighter, but if you added a guy here, I don't think you would need that crop.
See, that's what I love seeing is this is on a bed. So like, it's amazing what you guys do with, you see the final shot and then you see the behind the scenes. And it's just like, yeah, this was like set up on my kitchen table while I was having dinner, but you can never tell, the way everybody shoots and crops and, composes their photo.
Right. The fact that it's on a bed's crazy. Yeah. I would never even know.
Yeah.
All right. Good work, CG7 Cobra. All right, let's roll on. Tor Nerd. Ooh, I know he's here. He's here lurking somewhere. Fantastic.
That dude kills it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just utter desolation. Post-apocalyptic. These Vipers aren't messing around. That one's pointing at something. He's like, we're gonna go wreck that next.
Right.
And even that fire coming from the light. Coming from the window in the background, the light, the orange glow coming out of there. That's like motivated by the fire of the backdrop.
Motivated by the
young man. You got a match?
Oh, sure. Here, keep the pack.
Thank you.
Good. Very good. That's the idea, son. You gotta build a trust with the people. Then they'll respect you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 2 of them glazed donuts.
I'll have a chocolate.
Fire.
Yeah, this is like the setup is beautiful. Like there's just total desolation. And let's take a look and see if there's like, here we go. There's the behind the scenes.
Yep. Oh, that diorama.
Look at this.
Great.
Look at this.
That's
look at this pipe.
Oh, it's fantastic.
What is this? He made this for sure.
Good.
Like obviously this is styrene that he painted up. Where did he get this? Oh man, I love this. This is amazing.
That's nice.
The rubble's great. Here's some cinefoil. So here's a way you could flag off some of the light if you don't want a reflection. Like probably did this so he wasn't getting this light into the camera. I'm assuming.
Oh,
Which
flare.
is why he's got
I bet he's bouncing it off a white or something just off camera.
Springfield Bowling League night. Skydro likes the shot. He's out of timeout.
That's good.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I love how the third
Dope
Viper
setup,
has
dope
his gun
light.
tucked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I do like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this is great. I love the use of the snake armor. Is like this is how I always picture these large snake armors, or anyone, is like you have a squad and they're assigned a snake armor to basically kind of cover them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is their armor basically? Yeah. Greg's shots are always on point. That is definitely true. Wait, is Greg also Canadian? How many Canadian? I think we have more Canadians than Americans in here. This is great. I'm all right with that. No Americans allowed here anymore. It's just Canadians and fake Canadians like me. No, I'm just kidding. John, ask Mike. We'll make you a Canadian just when you're on the show.
All right.
Honorary.
This is a B-side to another shot of Raptor up top on Overwatch. Okay, I wonder if he tagged that one. We're taking over. Real Canadian heroes. I've got a few I've got a few vintage vehicles that have Canadian stickers on it. In fact, the Defiant I had was a Canadian Defiant and it had the Canadian stickers on it. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Trying Hard Tim's is fighting against, man, I don't know. It's so funny.
That's right. God bless America.
All right. Awesome job, Torn Nerd. All right, let's roll on. 80s pop culture's back with a Footloose shot.
Sweet
He's been
smoke.
smoking. He's been smoking. Wait, no, this is
Love it.
Footloose. Sorry, this is Crankcase. My bad. Yep, Crankcase.
Yeah, the way he's got that smoke lane, like, that's just fantastic.
And I noticed that depending on your shutter, if you guys are using a DSLR with a longer shutter, your smoke is going to look more of a wash, as opposed to a faster shutter is going to give you wisps like this. So really, it depends on what look you're going for.
Right. Longer exposure, the smoke will be moving. It'll be really blurred out. You know, faster shutter, it's going to capture the smoke in like the milliseconds. You know. So, but yeah, I think this works really well. You got some in front and some behind him. So his face is kind of in between the two layers of smoke. So, and that's what's in focus. So it gives you a lot of depth, even though there's not, like, he's framed really tight. So you don't see a lot what's going on in the background, but having the smoke behind his head and in front of his body gives you some sense of depth without a lot of other elements in the shot.
It feels like he's moving through the smoke, like the way the smoke is billowing around him. It betrays motion, like he's come through this. Yeah,
this is great.
Well done.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of Crankcase shots, so I
need
do like to see him
again.
He's a great figure. I mean, they did a great job on his look. You know, the different looks for him too. You know,
the
vehicle,
they did a good job
front
on him.
tires. To make up for the front tires, they gave Crankcase a lot of looks.
Not enough winches, but it's a good vehicle.
He should have a winch. He should have a winch utility belt like Data from Goonies.
Absolutely.
Inches of power.
Good.
The only thing and this is just me, like, I'm not perfect on it, but he's got a single bend on the elbow instead of like having it double, and then on the knee as well. He's got the lower joint bent and straight on the upper joint. Like, that's the only thing that catches my eye that looks just a little off to me.
Yeah, how do the other guys feel about that?
I agree.
Knees are tough, man.
Yeah, but the kneeling part of it is, do you go with a longer thigh to balance out?
Yeah.
To be able to pull off that pose. But I think in a case like this, I 2 would probably make more of an effort to kind of even out that knee relationship between the thigh and the shin.
Yeah, I mean, great shot regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting point. I feel like some of the poses with the elbows, it's better off this way. If you want that kind of L shape in the elbow, I am kind of a fan where when I think of military guys holding weapons, I still think about like 60s, 70s, 80s era. That's in my mind when they didn't hold them with the super limp wrist. I feel like the limp wrist thing came later. Like if I watch like Vietnam documentaries, no one's holding their M16 that way. You know what I mean? They're totally holding it differently. So I like to go back to that time. So like I kind of like his pose there, and then the knees are tough. Yeah, if the knee isn't bent on both sides, you get that extra long leg look, but it's just a part of the double jointed figures. Like it's kind of a drawback. So you kind of have to suspend some disbelief there. I think sometimes. All right, cool, great work, 80s pop culture. All right, let's move on to Nomad Toy Bandit. Got a meeting of the minds here, looks like. What do you guys think?
Like the pose on Duke.
Yep. They're all kind of just sitting around, either briefing for a mission or debriefing from a mission. Like it's.
I'm a big fan of just keeping it. I mean, unless it was intentionally done, but having it level, like looking at the lines going across the top, keeping them parallel with the top of the screen if you want to keep it nice and level, or if you are going for that kind of Dutch angle look to it. And then as far as dock and hit and run, and now this is all just composition that I'm talking about, is if they're going to be cut off from the screen, I would have put them on the foreground of the table so their backs into the camera. Whereas here I would feel like they would want to be included in the composition of the shot.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think definitely great pose on Duke. When you read the caption, makes a lot of sense. I'm a little worried about Recondo myself because he's my favorite Joe. Where is Recondo? And I do like the kind of the V kind of shape that's leading into Duke, the way the figures are staggered. So that part I do like. There is that slant that's happening here, which is a little bit of like a, what do you want to call it? I don't want to call it lens distortion necessarily, but you do have that where everything's a little bit straighter down at the bottom. But as you go up, you get more of an extreme angle. Those are kind of tough. You may have to play with where your lens is positioned, and you may have to do something in post too sometimes to kind of even that out. So, but and then real even lighting, but if they're in some command and control room that's like evenly lit, how those, like a school classroom, those fluorescent lights,
never lighting makes sense.
Yeah, so the lighting makes sense for the room. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I like how it brings everything to Duke. Like the leading lines bring everything to Duke.
These right into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these dials, again, they're cardboard, but I think this is out of focus enough. See a little bit of a edge there, but it's out of focus enough where you're not focused on the lines. There is the flatness to these where they're obviously not 3-dimensional, but it's fine. It is what it is. I think this looks great. So
if you use code SKYDRO at checkout, if you're interested in those, you can save 15%.
I'm surprised no one said that before the first hour was done.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we're way behind on that one. Okay. All right.
Nice job.
This guy actually, he just sent me a text saying, hey, 15%. I was like, okay.
Hey, we don't have any sponsors on this show. We're not shilling out for anybody. Just kidding. Wait, what does he say here? I like seeing Lifeline used more. Most of the Joe are earth tones on the blue-yellow side of the color wheel. Lifeline provides some warmer red-yellow side cut with white. I agree. One of my main loves about G.I. Joe are the colors in these. I saw somebody made a custom that was like a lifeline. They used his head, but they used all these different body parts to make him just like an army guy. And I'm like, yeah, but now he's just an army guy. Like the red suit is what makes him interesting. So I love this kind of stuff. Yeah. This is why if they do a G.I. Joe live action movie or TV show, stop trying to make them look all cool and make them all look like Snake Eyes and all in black. Like just use these costumes. I know you've got some costume designer or whatever wants to put their stamp on things, but you're just gumming up the works, man. We've got beautiful designs for these guys. Yeah. Use these. I want Shipwreck walking down the street in his white hat and his sailor outfit. Like that's what makes him cool, Yeah. So I don't know.
There's a reason why those figures sold.
All right, let's move on. Good job, Nomad Toy Bandit. All right, 80s pop culture again. Good use of the razor, the ramen razor here. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of interesting. Tight crop too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he got a text message and he had to pull over to check it because texting and driving is dangerous.
Yeah, I wondered if he's like really leaning here or if the car's up on something because it makes the car look giant where he's obviously like leaning down or something because he should definitely be taller than that. The mirror is like at shoulder level, so he's either leaning or the car's up higher.
Great color usage. I like the different colors he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes the figure pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the colors are really what's interesting about this, where it's like not like he's a green army guy, and then you've got like this Razor vehicle, which is kind of a rusty, beat up, dreadnoughty style of this vehicle. But the greens and purples, kind of magentas in here, they give it that kind of like Drive soundtrack vibe. You know what I mean? That like kind of synthwave look to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think for me, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like just the way it's cropped, it's almost like what's the focus, if it's him or if it's the car. It's just I think it's because of whatever he's looking at or whatever he's doing, it feels like it's sharing with the car. I don't know if it's just me.
No, it is part of like the story. I just not really sure what, like if the car is integral to what's going on, then then it makes sense, but I'm not really sure. Maybe he's just hiding behind the car and checking his little iPad for something. I'm not sure, but so something's happening. We're just not sure what. All right. Let's see what it says here. He likes the lighting. Colors are always on point. Yeah, these colors are on point for sure.
Yeah.
He just infiltrated a Dreadnought parking lot. Maybe, yeah. Very well, could be. I don't see. Let's see. Rolling and silent, but not unnoticed. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is cool. All right, I dig it. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Nicely done.
All right. Good job.
Good one.
All right, let's roll on. Nomad Toy Bandit's back again. Oh, this is part of the story. See, now the story's unfolding here. So they couldn't find Recondo earlier, and now Footloose is coming in and like, hey, Recondo, we're looking for you. Doesn't realize Recondo's bald. It's like, why does Recondo shave his head? What's going on? I don't feel good for Footloose here.
Right.
These
I like the slight overlook on the shoulder, how he's got his head just slightly turned towards the shoulder as he's drawing the sidearm.
Yep. I mean, it's good storytelling. You obviously know what's about to happen here. He's pulling his sidearm. He's got that little over the shoulder look. Footloose is high as hell, so he doesn't know what's going on.
Smoked out.
He is like, man. He should be like Pigpen in the Peanuts. He should have that this cloud
constantly
follows him everywhere he goes. Yeah, Skydor's like that too.
He was just hanging out with Sky.
But
I was just-
yeah, he's gonna get smoked in a different way in about 2 seconds here.
Yeah.
I always enjoy how these Zartan reveals are so ominous, you know, and the victim just has no idea what's coming. So kudos.
Yeah, I do love these kind of Zartan in disguise infiltration stories. They're always fun to do, you know.
Yeah.
So this is great. Good use of the dial here. I think like here it's nicely out of focus, and there's some nice variation in lighting. So like this wall is clearly in the foreground, and these walls are in the background because there's lighting in the hallway that's more yellow. So there's like otherwise, if it was too even, this wall might look like it's part of the backdrop, but because it's lit differently here and here, I get that sense of depth. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. Good work there. All right, awesome. Good crop too. Nice and tight.
Yeah.
I do like they're off center. They're not perfectly centered. You get a little bit of like he's walking from here to here. So I do like that. The hat takes up a little space on this side. So I think it's balanced pretty well. All right, awesome. All right, good work, Nomad Toy Bandit. All right, let's see what else we got. 80s pop culture again. And this is obviously Crazy Legs is screaming about something as usual. He's always screaming about something. What do you guys think?
There's a sense of danger, you know. He's screaming. There's smoke. There's fire.
Pistol in one hand, knife in the other.
Yeah.
Great knee work.
Good knee work. Good call.
Yep.
Good call, Nate. Justin, better knee work here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's cool. Extreme Dutch angle here. He's almost gonna fall backwards. Maybe if it was me, I might have dialed it back a notch, but it does create that uneasiness, which helps build the drama, right? If you don't see a lot of what's going on around him, obviously there's some inferno happening behind him, so that's pretty cool. And I can't really tell what's in the foreground. It looks like to be a tripod of some sort right here.
Yeah.
It might be from where the hell is it? I have it up here. It reminds me of this thing here from a Fan's Hobby for So it might be this thing, but yeah, that I might have. I don't know. If it was me, I might have
pulled that out of nowhere.
I had to catch Night Creeper Leader as well. He like almost went flying. I had to catch him one-handed. But yeah,
I like when things are in the foreground, like out of focus in the foreground, like Roper's grass or whatever. But when it's an object and you can't really tell what it is, that gets a little confusing.
What do you think the white thing is? I see an alien skull. I don't know.
Oh, where do you see that?
Right at the bottom center.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
My brain just reads smoke.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I see like an alien
cattle
skull
or
with
something.
a big jaw coming out.
Interesting. This is a Rorschach test for everybody. I see my mother, you know.
I see myself sitting by myself, waiting for my parents to come out of the ice cream shop.
I left my lunchbox on the bus. I left my lunchbox on the bus, and I didn't eat lunch that day. Yeah, this is great. I agree. Like, I think either maybe a little more focus here or a little less is more. So like if it was just the moss, I think it would be fine. I think this is a little tough to discern. And then like this is clearly a tripod, but if it's that out of focus, like if it was me, I would have pulled it out. I would have been like, I don't need it. I was gonna take it right out of here. But yeah, and maybe cut down the angle a little bit. But again, this is all what you want. If you're like, screw you, man, I wanted it to be that extreme. Well, then great. I'm not here to tell anybody how to do their shots. Like I said, I was going to say, like, if it was me, I would have done this, but doesn't mean I'm right. So yeah, but otherwise great, man. Like, I think yeah, this is great. A lot of definitely
Yeah,
sense of
killer.
action. There's something going on here,
Absolutely.
you know. So, all right, good work, 80s pop culture. All right, let's roll on. Hey, Toy
Oh,
Around's in here. I love to see him. I think he's like just really getting into doing some photos recently. And man, this is beautiful. Like it's so
yeah.
soft. I love the softness of this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like there's so much texture to this too. You know, I love texture and softness, and the colors are beautiful. It's clearly outside, so you're getting that nice diffuse lighting on him too.
Yeah.
Not sure
Yeah.
what time of day this is, but man, I love
Yeah.
this shot. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the muted
same.
colors of the background with like the vibrant red armor, like it really
Yeah.
plays well together in my opinion. And I like how he's like looking off, like he's in deep thought or
Yes.
something, or maybe
Yeah.
he saw a cloud that looks like a bunny. I don't know, but like I dig it.
That looks like Pythona up there.
Yeah. It's very simple, but in this case, the simplicity of it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, there he is. He's here. Soft filter. Well, it's working for you, man. I dig it.
Absolutely.
It gives the kind of like the texture and the lighting and then the softness of it. Not that it's out of focus. There's just like a nice matte
Yeah.
softness over the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
It really gives it a unique vibe. You know what I mean? Like just its own vibe, which the mood is really interesting here.
And there's a lot of
yeah, and-
personality attached to the figure. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
just a royal guard. Like there's something behind the eyes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like how
Yeah,
the figure
this
is off center and his gaze is kind of leading you across
Yep.
the picture, and like there's something going on. It's the bunny in the sky or something, but
No, 1,000%. I love the eye line. Like, yes, give him some room to look
Yeah.
Mhm.
right where the gaze is going, because a lot of times what happens is you might feel tempted to crop it tight, but he's looking in this direction, so I kind of like want a little room there, you know. So I love that. Hey, Rick's here. What's up? What's up, Rick? New YouTube show. Yeah, we're talking about toy photos, buddy. Yeah,
And
great
he's
work
framed.
going around.
Framed with the branches there, frames them
Mhm.
as really well. And I love how it violates
point.
the spear. So
Yes.
it kind of breaks your attention from that and brings it more to him. So that's a nice layering effect that he's got going on there.
Yeah, fantastic. The framing is another great point. As the branches do frame him nicely, so I love that.
Mhm.
And you get the one branch in the foreground, which gives you the sense of depth, you know. So yeah, I love that. I've changed how and when I use Dutch angle now based on feedback. I try to only use it when accentuate movement and push the focus upper left if the leading lines pull the eye center frame from there. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think I tend to do it if I'm trying to create a little sense of unease as well. Like say you were doing a horror shot and it's like kind of like a really dark room and there's some ominous thing happening. I might put an angle on it just to kind of accentuate something's going to
Mhm.
happen. But yeah, totally. Rule of thirds. Yep, good call. Toying around. He's on a third.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very artistic.
Right where the
Turner.
lines cross. Yeah.
Yep. All right, awesome job, man. This you know what? We're gonna give him one of these. Let's see. I'm gonna use this.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
That's a powerful shot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Toying around. Good work. Nomad Toy Bandit's back. And
oh man,
is a clear massacre happening here.
Yeah, Dreadnoks are just wrecking
oh
stuff.
yeah. There's just so much happening.
Yeah. I don't know if they're dead, but it looks like Buzzer's definitely cleaning up. So it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I love he's got
Anything
Road Pig in the back there, just kind of like everybody's just perfectly positioned like a professional photo there.
Yeah, who's Road Pig think he is? He's like, you guys do all the work. I'm just gonna stroll in after. Yeah, this is great. I think again these sets are pretty, they're pretty tough sometimes, but I think it works here really well. I don't see anything that's really calling out cardboard unless I look really
Right.
hard, which is just kind of what you want.
Yeah.
I like the little smoke coming off Ripper's weapon too, the barrel smoke.
Nice job posing everyone laying down. It's real tough
Mhm.
posing people laying down. You get the legs popping up or a shoulder or elbow popping up that's not hitting the ground, and it betrays the weight. And I mean, I don't see any of that here. It looks real good.
Right.
It is.
Beachhead's
It's got a
arm,
little bit
his
of
head,
Tarantino,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good posing on most guys. Buzzer, I might have kicked the leg out a little more. I know you love the legs on Buzzer, Justin. I know you're a big fan. But yeah, I might have.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with it now that I've tweaked it.
Yeah, I know his thighs are pretty wide compared to the above the swivel. I get it. But yeah, he's got the glasses on Buzzer, so that's not an easy task. They look good when they're on their right.
It's so hard to do.
3 dabs of super glue
nuts.
took care of it.
I remember you talking about almost losing Ripper's sunglasses out in the field, and that was that.
Yep. His stayed on really well until that one day they didn't, and they got super glued too.
Defender says no
The
way
dread-
Beachwood would have died like that. Well, we all got to go sometimes. Maybe, maybe he's just had an off day.
He's playing possum.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's what he's doing.
Or it's Zartan. Zartan infiltrated, dressed up like Beachhead, and now his boys just murked him. Like they're.
I do like Ryan's comment. It is kind of Reservoir Dogs. You got Mr. Pink, well, Mrs. Pink here, Miss Pink, and you got Mr. Blonde, and you can kind of probably give each of these guys a Reservoir Dog persona. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how they're all doing something, and in the back, they're all just strolling in.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. This is an awesome scene. There's a lot of figures in this scene, right? You might take it for granted, but to set all of these up, like there's nothing, like they're clearly just propped up on their own weight. So I don't know. I would assume Nomad Toy Bandit that these dominoed over like 20 times before he finally got the shot. I
don't know if it was a conscious decision to have like the 3 main, like the OG Dreadnoks up front doing all the dirty work, and have like the newer guys rolling in the back. I don't know if that was conscious or not, but I dig it.
I do too. I dig that too. I do. I tend to think that way with my Dreadnoks. Ripper, Buzzer, and Torch and Zartan are like the OGs, and then you've got the second wave is of course Xandar, Zorana, and Monkey Wrench, and Thrasher, and then Thrasher, and then you've got everybody else after that: Nagahide, Road Pig, Zanzibar. I want a Zanzibar really bad now that we're rolling through all the Dreadnoks.
Zorana, I didn't know it was you.
That's good. That was good. I also want Zorana. What was her? Heather. I want a Heather version in classified of Zorana disguise.
Yeah.
But they didn't check my earrings. I'd like to see Ripper a little closer to the lens than the other guys and giving it a little more hierarchy. Yeah, I could see that. You're right. If you move Beachhead, you don't even need Beachhead fully in the frame. You could have kind of cropped Beachhead's body off a little bit and moved Ripper up. But right now, Buzzer is the furthest in the frame, but there is a little room there. You could have done like Ripper, then Buzzer, then Torch, then the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, that's a good call out. All right, awesome job, Nomad Toy Bandit. Where are we at here? We got some time. Yeah, we got a little bit of time, so let's keep rolling. Holy, toying around's back with. This is some vibe going on here.
Yeah,
that looks all practical.
Yeah,
a lot of red. Not all heroes wear capes. Thank you to all of those. Oh, so this is personal thank you to Destro's Dungeon. put their lives on the line. So Desperate Dungeon, I'm assuming he's a firefighter then. Okay,
He
very
is.
cool.
He's a captain now for the Baltimore Fire Department.
Oh, really? Did
Oh,
not
wow.
know that.
He's
Very cool.
He's a friend of mine. Just a good dude. And going around's not wrong. Like those guys put their lives on lives to save people, so it is appreciated.
Yeah, this is pretty powerful, especially paired with the caption. I'm not really sure who's in the blanket. It looks like an anime character. Am I right? Just by the hair?
It does.
I might have toned down the red a little bit toying around just so you could get some other colors in there. But I'm not. Maybe you're trying to mimic like the lights from the fire engine. I'm assuming. But yeah.
Yeah, like a pop of contrast, like right on the face of the characters, whether it's a yellow or even like a soft blue for like the nighttime feel of it.
Yeah, you could have even gotten a little blue light off to the one side. So, because there'd be other emergency vehicles there. Blue and red are typically the lights. So you could get a little blue coming from one side, even if it's less than the red, and then maybe try to balance it a little bit. Might have made it a little easier to make out who he's carrying there, but yeah,
the hair definitely. There's not a lot of contrast between the hair and that door, which makes it hard to really pick out what it is.
For the smoke.
Yeah, the cotton for the smoke is great. Yeah, that's working really well.
Really nailed that.
Coming out above him and then also below, like.
Who needs a fogger? You could just use the cotton. Yeah, that's great. But other than the like just straight red lighting, I think everything's pretty good. The Dutch angle's nice here. There's a little bit of drama going on.
I would bring the composition a little bit more over because it's almost suggesting that there should be something behind the door, whether it's more emergency vehicles or like some debris or more fire, foreground fire, or something to kind of frame them a little bit more.
Agreed. I might have even cropped off this whole section or slid it this way so he's more on this side. Although by doing it this way, there's the other end of the spectrum, like the flip side of that is it's creating a lot of tension by putting him here. Where you don't really expect him based on his gaze kind of going this way. So that does create tension with the viewer, like, something feels off. But maybe you want that, that might be what you're going for. But if it was me, I probably would have cropped this, or I would have filled this space with like in the foreground, the front of, I don't know if there's a vehicle that you could use for a emergency vehicle, but maybe the front of an emergency vehicle or something here, or some other object. If you want
maybe like another firefighter who's like pointing, which way to go. Yeah.
Right.
That could work too. But yeah, otherwise great.
Yeah.
All right. Good work coming around. Keep it up, man. Keep posting. All right, let's roll on. Hey, toying around. This one. This was one of the ones that I noticed the most from him. And this is where that, again, he's facing this direction. He's on the third. He's facing this direction. So you have like a little room for his gaze. But this pose is fantastic. Such a simple pose, but I love it.
Man. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. This is making me want to go online and buy the figure. Like, seriously.
You should.
I don't have him yet. And he's was one of my favorites as a kid.
He's good.
He's good. I got him hanging out right here. He's such a good figure.
That's cool. The bag on the back, the pose, just everything about this is just...
Yeah. I have no critiques on this one. This one, like, when I saw it, I was just like, damn, that is a clean shot.
Yeah, it's clearly outside. The moss is great. Moss is fantastic for even 1/18 scale figures, but especially for 1/12 scale, for kind of like that scale. Like it could be some kind of grassy material. It doesn't have to be like straight up moss. So I love the scale. I love the stick in the foreground to give you the depth. You got to stick in the foreground, stick behind him. Clearly in like a wooded area. I love
framing
real
them
sticks for
perfectly.
trees. Yeah, beautifully framed, right?
Yeah.
And
real crispy.
And the angle, like it's leading towards what like he's training his rifle on. Like it's
Yeah, his eye line with the rifle is perfect. And that's not easy to get sometimes.
No, it's not.
Getting the butt of the gun right into that shoulder is just
yes.
Ugh, pain in the butt.
Closing the hands was a pain. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, those hands are not good. I actually swapped mine out.
A1 work. Yeah, this is great.
Agreed.
Yeah, so far this is one of my favorite shots, hands down. Totally.
Yeah.
We'll give him something. I don't know what we'll do this one. There you go. Give a little dance.
What did I just watch?
All right. It's Crispin Glover having a dance to in Friday the 13th final chapter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right before he gets killed in the kitchen. Spoiler alert. It was a different song than what was there. So I forget what song it was, but he was dancing to a completely different song. I saw like interview with him, and then they didn't get the rights to that song, so they dubbed in the other song. So he's like going crazy, but it doesn't match the song at all because it wasn't the song he was dancing to.
What a way to find out when it's up on the screen.
Yep. Triple D, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
That's another Oregonian.
All right, let's roll on. Hey, Ryan Clark, he's here. I think he's still here. Talk about firefighters.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's a blazing inferno.
Solid.
Got the flame pieces up front from the Dark Phoenix. It's from something. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Good use of those. The flames in the background look right spot on. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice kind of like we call it atmosphere for smoke going on. Oh, look at that!
Oh, wow.
Look at that!
I like you put the flames on the rocking chair too. That's great. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah,
that's his logo. All right, so
Ryan Clark.
Yeah, what do you got? I like the staggering of the figures too. The composition's really nice.
The posing's really good too.
Yeah. I like the guy in the front.
Is the translucent plastic that he's got like off to the right side, like that.
How it's hitting the lights hitting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking the firefighter in the back is like, I should not have brought a sledgehammer.
It's like he's looking at it too. He's like, this is the wrong thing.
What
this is great. I think he sings Mix of Tomasi Nations and Ghost Rider effects. Okay, got it. I don't have any of those things. So yeah, this is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the action, right? There's definitely action going on. Who's he carrying, by the way? Who is this guy? Who's this poor sap?
Is that Daredevil? The Daredevil character?
Oh, the suited Daredevil, Matt Murdock. Yeah, it might be.
I like the setup too. What is this? Do you guys know what this set is from? With the hinges and stuff? Yeah, I don't know what this is from.
Is he a bookshelf or something?
Yeah, it's like a bookshelf.
Yeah.
And there's like, little lights, fixtures, and a fish. There's one of those talking fish.
Singing trout. Yeah.
Whatever it is, he used it well.
I'm gonna come back and eat some nicely cooked trout once the fire's over. Tuckhead's song played Burning Down a House. Yeah. There you go. Oh, it's Matt Murdock. Yeah. It's Matt Murdock being carried.
Yeah.
And Batman 66
Batman.
Dio. Okay. Got it. Nice. Good stuff. Awesome work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like his position of the lights too. How he's kind of got he's got a bounce here. You can tell he's using a bounce. And then he's got kind of fill in over here with this light, and then he's got his kind of like key light up top.
The dangling feet too. He did that really well. That's something that
Yeah.
I've seen people miss, like when they don't have weight on the foot, because like if I don't have weight on my foot doesn't sit flat like that. It hangs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And go back to the behind the scenes. I'm just seeing if there's how he's got these characters supported. If there's any support, or is it the flame that's holding them up? Looks like the fire is holding them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It might be, actually. I can't tell.
Yeah, looks perfectly balanced a little bit there.
But yeah, there's not a lot of like, I don't see any wires or anything. Yeah, so the weight of the figures are carrying themselves for the most part.
Yeah.
Rick says, suggest another figure, maybe it's wearing soft cloak, or soft clothing to cover up the figure articulation on the dude being carried. Got it. Yeah, I could see that. They said just balance, nothing propping them up.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, at the end, I go back and forth on this with myself. Sometimes I edit out joints if I feel like they're a distraction. In fact, one of the shots I just edited, I edited out the peg hole on the foot, bottom of the foot, because I felt like it was so close to the camera, the way it was angled, that I'm like, it's kind of a distraction. Normally, though, I don't do it. I only do it if I'm looking at it like, yeah, that's I'm looking right at the peg hole, so I'm going to take it out.
I did the same thing on my last shot. Like I edited out the peg hole on my Range Viper's back, the one that was down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's just kind of like everyone's just going to go right to that, then I'll take it out.
Yeah.
But these are action figures at the end of the day, so they have articulation points. I think you can go too far sometimes into trouble areas. Yeah, exactly what Ryan said. There are toys after all. The trouble areas are like here. If you're trying to edit out this like knee joint, man, that's going to be a mess. It's going to end up being a mess, especially with the axe over it. You could maybe get away with getting the swivel lines away, but then where do you start and where do you stop? Like, where do you decide is too much, So I could go either way on it,
I think at one point I photoshopped out the pins like in the legs for one of the figures, but then as Ryan says, they're toys.
Yep.
And it's almost like if you edit it out, it almost draws more attention to it, because then they're like, oh, he edited out the peg hole or the back.
Very true.
So it almost draws more attention to it,
That's a good counterpoint. You're right, because let's be honest, 99.999% of the people looking at these photos are also either toy collectors or toy photographers. Like, no one outside of toy people are looking at these photos. Okay, so we're gonna know where the joints are, or the peg holes, or anything else. So yeah, if you don't see it, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, where's the backpack hole? Where's the peg hole on the foot? So you're right, it might counter exactly what you're trying to do. So it's a good point.
And you want to get as real as you can, but at the same point, it's like, they are still toys,
Yeah, it's a fine line. It's like where the people that get those like really high end figures with like the eyes that move and stuff, and they're like they do the portraits of like Jack Sparrow or whoever else. But man, you get some real uncanny valley in there, where it's like it looks real, but it also looks like a demon with no soul that took the place of Jack Sparrow, because there's just no life behind the eyes. So it gets I'd rather stay in the toy realm, So. All right, awesome job, Ryan. I love it. All right. Nomad Toy Bandit's back. Pretty simple. Nice dio. This is also you can see a little bit of the cardboard here, but it works because these dojos are pretty much made of tissue paper anyway. So so it kind of works. But there's obviously someone didn't make it here. But yeah, I love it. What do you guys think?
Great weight to the figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the framing. I love the two-tone lighting between the backdrop and the foreground, kind of creating that separation. I would have liked to see a little bit more of like a squat or a little bit more of a, I don't know. The pose to me just feels too rigid for a Storm Shadow, but that's just me.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as composition, lighting, overall, it's a pretty solid image.
Is that
the
the vintage
depth
turtle?
is nice. I believe this is the retro one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because he's got the bare hands.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still looking for that.
I kind of agree. Are you still looking for that one?
No, I'm still looking for the Mezco Storm Shadow.
Oh,
if anybody's selling,
who's holding?
Who's holding?
Holding.
Who's got 5 or 6 of them?
I didn't get that one. I kind of regret it now, but he looked a little too chonky for me. But that was just me.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Duke. Like Duke looked like a linebacker. I don't know what was going on with that guy.
Yeah, Duke is a hard pass.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the only one I regret is the Commando Snake Eyes not getting that one. But yeah, this is yeah, I like the framing. I like the doorway frames him. I like the. There's also a little bit of lines here for the wood that kind of like works toward him. The balance here with the just out of focus enough, but you do see him. I like the grid behind him for the windows. But yeah, a little stiff on the posing, but that would be my only nitpick as well.
Yeah.
Who's got Chuckles? Be real nice if there was a retro Chuckles on the way with the white shirt and pink flowers for the 40th anniversary next year. Just saying.
That would be nice.
Anyway, okay, all right, let's move on. No man, Toy Bandit. All right.
Yeah, good job.
Oh my God, look at this!
Wow,
that's great.
Plastic shutter. Hey, you know what would also be awesome? If Hasbro made a horse. That would be sick too. Okay, this is a good horse though. Where's this horse from? What? What's so funny?
I don't know. It looks static.
It looks like a statue, as opposed to like an articulated figure.
Right.
This is
Looks
pretty
great, though.
insane. I do have a nitpick. I'll hold on to it for a second. But I mean, obviously really out of focus in the background. Let's take a look at the behind the scenes real quick.
I'm getting a whole bunch of error messages. My printer just
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
It ran out of filament. Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy. All right.
Feel free to
reload.
Do what you got to do. You don't want to interrupt the printing of. I mean, a full.
Go handle that
dude,
shit.
I don't know how much filament you go through, but it's got to be a lot.
It's not a little.
I bet. I just saw what you printed.
He just put in the G.I. Joe logo in the shots. I do like that. I could be super nitpicky and say it's the one I don't like. This is that 2000s one that's supposed to be like the old one, but it's too squished vertically to be the one. That's just my graphic designer background talking. There is this little bit of masking here that's bothering me where this is kind of clipped. So, and you can see some of the outlines on the edge of Freedom, but that's my only nitpick. Yeah. I like wherever he got this bald eagle from. I dig a lot. The one that came with Spirit's a little seagull-like, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
it's not my favorite accessory.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm just saying things I would like to see. That's all. Love this. Spirit is an awesome pose on a horse. How can you go wrong? I know. This is great.
Yeah.
You know what? It gives me the vibes of like, I don't know. Him with an AK in like the desert background makes me feel like Rambo First Blood part 3? What was the one where he was in Afghanistan?
But
that's kind of the vibes I'm getting. Yeah.
How awesome is the strap on the AK?
Yes, good point, mate. Yep, it's the gravity is working well there with the strap. Yeah, I love it. It's a really striking image. So
Yeah, it really is.
that might be a Figma horse. I don't even know what that is, but
Same.
I might have to get one.
Yeah.
I wish Hasbro would give us one, but maybe one day. All right,
Maybe
sweet.
one day.
Maybe Creative
All right.
Beast make one.
Yeah, that'd
Mythic
be awesome.
Legion's made a pretty good horse. I think it's like 55 on their site right now.
I have a Mythic Legion's horse. It's just a little oversized, but it's still really good. Like a tad, because horses can be big, you know.
Yeah, it's a Clydesdale. It's just a big horse.
Yeah, it's just a monster. Some dirt around the horse's feet on the stones would have been a nice touch. Yes, they are. Obviously, he's got them kind of cut off a little bit down there.
Yeah,
but there's some rock formation here. But yeah, a little bit of maybe a little sand, dirt there would have been good. Hypothetically, but who would you pack with a horse in the Joe line? Well, honestly, I think Spirit makes a lot of sense, but you could do Wild Bill, you could do Sundown, kind of could have come with a horse, honestly.
Yeah.
So any of those guys, or I don't know, it's probably somebody else, you know, that have a horse coming from Note. I don't know what that is. Is that 112 scale? Is that not a Static Dark Knight return sword? Oh, it might be. I don't know. You guys tell me. I have no idea. It is static looking. I don't see joints on that.
Yeah.
The only horses I have are the ones I found at like five below. It's like these, like, I don't know what they're for, but they're perfect scale.
Right.
Yeah, they're
good
like
call from. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that's all. That's
Yeah, good call from Defender on that. The Cobra Commander could come with a horse. Be true, like Napoleon kind of complex. Gung Ho with a horse. Oh yeah, like the cartoon.
Yeah.
He's not good with the horse, said the cartoon, but that would have been pretty funny. Noda collection. All right, I'll look that up. I don't know what that is. All right, awesome. Okay, good work. Okay, where we're at. Okay, we get to a couple more. So before we call it a night, let's go into Danger Room. Yeah, this shot. I remember this shot from when he posted it.
Great spooky lighting.
Yeah.
I really like the green, the way the greens pop in the background here off the uniforms, you know?
Yeah.
I like the cables on the ground from these. I have these
Yeah.
crates from Cosmic Legions. They're fantastic. Let me get these
Oh, is that
stupid
what those are from?
repost things out of the way. God, I hate those.
Are those cable runners? What are those that are making those? Or like
these
cable
are these? Yeah, those come with these.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That was like a phone cord or something.
All right, Noda Collections 112 scale. All right, I'll look into that. I have a horse from Lord of the Rings line. Yep. There are those too. I forgot about those. Dope shot. Yeah, this is a fantastic shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
The crop's nice. Like the crop, like you don't need her whole body in the shot. Obviously, there's like the balance here is very nice between her and them. You know.
The only thing I would change. What's up?
I said, "Are you going nuts with the knees?"
I've beat that horse enough, but
I kind of agree with Michigan Jedi here.
It's too similar in my opinion. Like the positioning looks almost identical. Like that's the only thing I would have changed is had him like maybe left leg forward on this one, right leg forward on that one, like just kind of so it doesn't look so uniformed. But it's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was going for. Hold on, let me see. What the hell did Cobra do at first glance? I'm going to skip to stage 2 mole rads. Army build. Okay, yeah, I wanted to see. Oh, here's some behind the scenes.
Oh man, I love the color grading that he did with this. It's just with the blue.
Yeah.
How ominous that looks, and it makes those colors pop a little more too.
Yeah, it really does.
Got the aerosol or the fogger going there. Yeah, so this is great. Yeah, and Roper's is what I was thinking too. Because of the pose, they look a little choreographed, and other people pointed it out too. I do feel like it's a little bit of a thriller video. You never know. Maybe it is. You know what I mean? If you put the thriller music on that, it would be even better. But yeah. I also hate the repost bubbles. Why would they think it's a good idea? I know, Defender. That's why I turned reposting off of my own photos, because I just don't want. Because you know what? Because Instagram isn't for photographers anymore. It's for people doing
Not
reels
anymore.
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But as a photographer, you painstakingly take a shot, set it up, get it right, and you crop it with intention.
Yeah.
And then the things that you leave in the photo, you want people to see. I don't want a bunch of avatars floating over the parts of my photo that I chose to leave in the photo. So yeah, it's just bad UX, man. From a UX designer, it's just not good.
Like it shows down like comment, repost, shares. Like why?
Yeah, just put it down there.
Yeah,
because
it is down there. They show it twice.
Oh well, they want them to like move and kind of do that little pulsing thing where it looks alive and it gets people to engage more. But I think that's the wrong. I think that's the wrong approach, personally. I think it's more annoying than anything.
Yeah.
Mythic Legions, yeah. Chris, hey Chris, yeah, I do have the one. I think the one I have is the black and gray one. The rehearsing for thriller video, yeah. I do feel a little bit like that, but I still love the shot. Either way.
Yeah.
Repost bubbles suck. I agreed. All right, cool. Awesome job. Let's see. We might be able to get one or two more in. Good work, Danger Room. Love it. Any last thoughts? All right, let's roll. Oh, dude. Danger Room.
Yeah.
We might have to end on this one because
I remember this one.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah, this is
so good.
So good. All right, so what are the difference here? Is it just color? I think it's just color on these two. Yeah.
I think I like the second.
Yeah, this one's a little tighter
Yeah.
crop. I like the color back here on this one, a little more sunset.
Yeah.
It's a little more muted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little tighter, I think. Oh, and here's your behind the scenes. Yeah, that's right, Michigan Jedi. It does help. I just don't want it over top of my image. That's all. I'll keep it on there. Yeah,
that sand is great. I love that sand, whatever that is.
Fantastic.
That's a great combination there of
Yeah.
sized particles.
Yeah, different sizes, right? It's all not one size. Yeah, that's fantastic. I want to know what that is.
Yeah, it looks
maybe just mixed a bunch of different dirt together. I don't know, but it looks great.
Probably.
And,
Yeah, it
and
might be
what a
simple.
great choice of characters too. Like just Duke. Like it's not Sergeant Slaughter. You know what I mean? Like I love Sergeant Slaughter, but like it just breaking out of the cliche of it all is just picking a different character, and you know what I mean?
Everybody posts Sergeant Slaughter like getting mobbed by
like
the
bats
two
and stuff.
scorpions
Like
in the foreground, and then the one on his back like pulling a staff up, and Duke's like trying to pull it away. Like posing is on point.
Yeah.
The posing is fantastic, and I do. Yeah, I don't really have any. Maybe one nitpick, I guess. I don't know. I don't even. I'm looking for something to nitpick. I guess maybe there's a little bit of a tangent here, where the edge of the scorpion is filling in the space of the spear, so it's like right on the edge. So like, I might have overlapped them a little different, like created or left a gap here, but that's like the ultra nitpick. The tangent is like when the line continues onto another object. So the line of the spear is continuing on to the scorpion tail, like it's one thing. So that would be the only thing. Such a little nitpick that I feel bad even pointing it out.
Man, just the flow of the cape coming off the one off his back there. It's just like the whole motion of it is great.
Looks like a mixture of grout roll into small rocks. Did that when I was into 1.6. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, awesome. All right, let's get one more in. Awesome job here. Let's see what we got next. Another danger room. So yeah, let's end here. Yeah.
Face hugger.
Again, great use keeping these crates going. You can use the same materials, dial pieces, set pieces in multiple shots in similar
Right.
ways, but get completely different looks out of the shots. Like this
Yeah.
in the zombie shot with the mole rats, completely different vibes. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Like they don't look. They are the same crates, but they don't look like the same crates.
Right.
I love the hand reaching out in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say is I love how this image is like it reveals itself almost because your eye instantly goes to the sniper, and then you see the face hugger, and you don't even see the creature in the background with the hand reaching, but then you see the hand, which then leads you to the whole rest of the image. And I love how composition, how it does that. It just more reveals itself as you're just digesting the image. So this is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah, I like the depth. I like starting in the foreground. She's looking over here. And then whatever, I don't even know what the hell's coming out of the smoke, but I don't need to know.
It's a
You
xenomorph.
just see
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, so it's huge and there's the arm coming out. I do like this little hit of green over here. It makes it even creepier to me. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, but I love it. And there's some green down here, so it kind of like ties in. The grunt's not having a good day. Grunt's not having a good day at all.
He's in rough shape.
How great is that card in the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cart is also part of that Cosmic Legion set. But yeah, that's great. Also to help fill in that space. I love it. It's good work.
This is an equipment set, or does it come with a figure?
No, it's equipment set. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Great. Yeah, you get the crate, you get the cart, you get the tubes, you get a little computer, like fold out computer.
Uh-huh.
I think and something else maybe. But yeah, it's great.
Oh, interesting. Oh, good. Cool.
Yeah, I like when they do the sets with the Cosmic Legions because they scale great and they work great for stuff like this.
Yeah,
I do like
Yeah,
the weathering
that's
on
one
them
of
too.
those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Little chips of paint there. Yeah. This is a really cool image. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Great use of this figure too, the sniper figure. I think I love it. So, all right, good work. Well, good work, everybody. I think we'll call it here. We're right at the 2-hour mark,
Good
and
stuff.
we'll pick up again next week. So where did we end up? Let's see. We're here. So we're gonna pick up with some awesome stuff next week, and I'm sure we'll get some more in here. Or sorry, 2 weeks from now, not next week. We'll get some more in here in the meantime. And I like to have a little buffer so we don't hit the end, like Michael Buffer. Well, we don't hit the end here, but there's a lot of good stuff coming. So good work, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So before we call it a night, let's go through what everybody's got going on so the people here can know. So, mate, start with you. What do you got going on? What do you got coming up? Anything good?
I'm still working on a Night Raven shot in the desert coming out of an underground bunker kind of thing going on. Work kind of got to me this week, so it wasn't ready for this weekend. But hopefully this weekend coming, we'll have something.
That sky shot, by the way, came out great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Dude, yeah.
It took forever to get that background.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But thank you.
Yeah, I know how it is when work gets to you. It's kind of frustrating because you're like, I don't want to do work. I want to just do this.
Yeah.
How can I just do this? But
and get paid.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta, if I played the lotto, which I don't, if I won the lottery or something, I think I would just do this like all day long. I wouldn't want to do anything. Like people would take vacations and they would go play. I'm like, I don't need to go anywhere. I just need to sit here and play with my action figures.
You can take vacations to go photograph your action figures.
It's true. Okay, I gotta start playing the lotto.
Maybe vacations where you buy your action figures, like Joe Fest.
Oh, shit.
Things like that.
Man. All right. Now it's coming together. I'll just play the lotto, and naturally I'll win. then it'll be good. That's it,
Well,
right?
of course.
Play the lotto, win the lotto, profit. Okay,
Perfect.
great.
That's it.
What could go wrong?
All right, Joe's Oscar Mike, what do you got in the cook? in the hopper?
Still working on chapter 16 finale. It's a big finale. I'm biting off a lot more than I can chew. I have sets that I don't even know why I'm attempting to do this, but I am. And I write it and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And then I go to set up and I'm like, I am just an idiot. So as far as like the creative roller coaster, I'm in like that valley of it. So I'm hoping it's going to come back up again because I have a lot of action happening. So this one's going to take a while. I have a lot happening. There's a lot going on. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I will say that the Zanya Road Pig pit fight will come out on Friday.
Oh,
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
and it's a
looking
good
forward to
one.
that one.
It's I can't wait for you guys to see it because I got a lot of little tidbits in there that I think are a lot of comedic posts and notes that I think you guys are going to enjoy. So
Awesome. Look forward to that.
Amazing. Yeah, and then you're just printing ridiculous Dio set pieces and vehicles. It's insane.
Well, I mean, I posted it on my story. If I'll share it here if everybody wants to
Share
see
it. Share it.
Break that bad bitch out.
Literally. Hang on.
I mean, this is insane. You're not going to be able to get
Look
it
at
on
this.
camera. We need a
Back
wide
up.
angle lens. Look at this thing.
So this is
Look at it.
the Aspid.
It's so
What
good.
the hell? What the hell? It's like
And-
HasLab worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, this thing, they're on little hooks there. So these are all hooked in. So this whole thing comes out. And then, hang on. This pops up, which allows you to easily open this up to get to the cockpit. And
Dude, it's so crazy.
Fantastic.
And then I just did a little paint. Sorry, I'm knocking everything over here. I did a little paint job there on the console just to, give it some dials and buttons. And
Yeah.
So
Dude,
great.
yeah, the paint work really adds to it because you're calling out all the details that
Yeah.
normally kind of would be lost in the same colorness of everything. Once you
And
start pulling
then-
out those details, it just looks so premium. It's insane.
The glass is done with, I took the packaging from the Crimson Moon figures and just cut it out and just,
Perfect.
super glued it in.
It's
Perfect.
so good.
Yeah.
Dude, I've
So it
saved
just-
so much plastic packaging for
Oh,
use
yeah.
for Windows because it's just perfect free material,
So yeah, this thing, it's a joy to photograph, but it's also impossible because it's just so massive. And to get a background big enough, because I like to do everything in camera. So to get a background big enough for this thing to look good. But yeah, if you guys have a 3D printer, I would highly recommend this model. I mean, it looks beautiful. This is right
It
out. I
does.
haven't done any washes yet, but I did do a little paint work just to accentuate the, oh geez, all the missiles are coming out. Stuck those back in there.
Did you make those spring loaded too while you were at it?
Yeah.
There they go. They came out again. How much does it weigh? I was saying Lobo like 20 pounds is what I was saying.
Yeah, I would say it's like
Easily.
less than a toddler, more than a newborn for all of you who have kids. Yeah, it's
You're
It's
gonna
a
need a
heavy-
bigger place to live with all the stuff you're printing.
Right.
boy. And then here's just a little hint of what I'm working on next. So maybe you guys can figure out what this is.
It is a tricycle.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I knew it. No, it's Johnny Five. You're making Johnny Five friends. Five
Johnny
alive.
Five's in the next pit fight.
Oh, dude, then
My
Johnny
money's on
Five
J5.
versus Overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
huh?
would be fantastic.
That'd be hilarious.
So anyway,
You
that's
gotta
what I
make
got
it Johnny
going on.
Five. All right, awesome stuff, Joe's Oscar Mike. All right, and Justin, last but not least, special guest. What do you got happening these days?
Oh man. I don't know, man. I got a couple new dinosaurs coming in that I'm kind of hyped on. Just gonna keep going out in the woods and playing with my toys. I'm a 45-year-old man that just goes plays with his toys in the woods. Like,
Isn't it great?
It
It's
really
great.
is.
Yeah.
It really
Living the
is.
dream.
It really is.
I'm the happiest when I'm out alone in the woods just playing with action figures.
Hey,
Yep.
I can't argue with that. I pretty much feel the same way.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to connect to that inner child and do the things you used to do just to keep yourself sane these days. I
facts.
think, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
And like I mean that's like therapy for me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't think about like bills or whatever's going on. Like I'm thinking about why the hell won't this figure stand up?
Yeah.
And screaming the F word in the middle of the woods. But no, I'm trying to get back into shooting some more Joes. Like I've been having so much fun shooting dinosaurs and acid rain. After it started out I was just gonna do like a couple shots of beachhead and low light, and then it turned into a story which I'm still continuing, and like I just needed a little break from shooting Joes for a while. I think I was just getting kind of Joe fatigue, but I'm feeling it again, so it's gonna be a little more frequent now.
Yeah. Well, now that we've got official dinos in the classified line, you can start mixing in your dinos with your Joes and kind of do a crossover between your two accounts.
Yeah, I'll probably pass. I'm not a crossover guy. I'm not a crossover guy.
It's part of the Joe lore now.
That's true.
Plus, you got Sunbow. You did it before Jurassic Park. I mean, Jurassic Park, Skydrift says it all the time. They pretty much ripped off Michael Crichton ripped off the primordial plot and just made Jurassic Park based on that whole thing. So it's funny.
No, I mean, pretty much all my dinos are 1/18 scale. So like, I have one that's 1/12 scale, but I mean, force perspective, I could still do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Never know, man. Never say never.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
That's true.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, awesome. Thanks everybody for hanging out here tonight. This is great. We'll be back.
Absolute honor to be in here with you, legends.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, it's great chatting with you.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for putting this on, Paul.
Yeah, anytime. So 2 weeks, 2 more weeks, we'll be on again with another episode, and we'll talk to you guys then. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Later, guys.
Yo, Cobra.
Yo, Joe.
See ya.
The magic of photography.
We hope you've enjoyed the preceding short feature.